Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today. We're visiting with Lee Beers, Ohio State University Extension, Trumbull County. Lee, you know, when people think about maybe expanding their operation, their thoughts might go to how easy is it to start a hay operation and include that, and you want to make money, and what are some of the various choices a farmer has to come up with?
Well, the choices will be, do you have the equipment, do you have the land, and do you have the time? So those are the very basic requirements, but it really comes down to, do you want to do it? Because it can be a profitable small farm operation or even a large operation, but there's some planning that goes into it.
Let's start with the grass itself. A lot of choices to make there in the soil.
Yeah, so are you going to be looking for grass or alfalfa? You need to do some research on the market that's available for you. If you're going to sell the hay, are you going to be selling it for horses, goats, cows? Do you need orchard grass, timothy, alfalfa, clover? The list goes on, and then do you have the good nutrients in the soil? So soil testing. There's a lot of research that needs to go on before you decide to start making hay.
And of course, in there, from year to year, I guess the choices might change, might alter just a little bit.
Yeah, so it may be alter based on your experience, or Mother Nature may force it upon you, right? So some years we have a difficult time making first or second cutting hay, but yeah, so there's a lot of things that can alter. So 1 year alfalfa is going to be fantastic, but those stands are going to fade over 5 years, so you have to figure that into your production cost.
Of course, we'll jump through several steps here, but in the end, once the hay crop is grown, there are some choices to make there. What kind of equipment do you need?
Yeah, so that's going to be based on what do you already have available. So smaller equipment, you may be looking at a hay bine with a sickle mower, just because of the lower PTO horsepower requirement. And if you have a smaller tractor, maybe a ground-driven rake is going to be a good option, as well as a small square baler. If you have some larger equipment, maybe looking at a disc bine, a disc mower with a rotary rake. If you know, it really is going to be scaled based on your operation and what equipment you have available, because round balers and small square balers, the horsepower requirements can vary.
And of course, then that goes to the next question: how much help do you have? What's the workforce like around you?
Yeah, so if you don't have much help, I wouldn't be looking at small square bales. But if you have equipment with a loader, round balers are going to definitely be less labor intensive. Small square balers are going to typically give you a higher selling price, but you have to pay for labor, and it is a lot more handling of that hay.
And then timing comes into play as well.
Oh, absolutely. So if you don't have a weather window, you're not going to make any hay, whether you're trying to make small squares or round bales. You need a solid 3 to 4 day window. Most of the time throughout Ohio to make good dry hay.
So it seems to me that someone thinking about a hay operation needs to maybe not get a round table together of people that have already done that, but it might help.
Yes, talk with your peers, talk with your extension office, talk with other people who are familiar with your operation or familiar with your area. They can give you some insights on what worked well for them, what did not work well, but just do a lot of research.
And those kind of people are always happy to help. There's no competition when it comes to farming.
Well, usually, but yeah, so people like to talk about what has not worked well. I can tell you about all the mistakes I've ever made, and I don't want you to repeat those. But yes, we are generally a very helping community. We want to see everybody succeed.
Lee Beers has been our guest from Trumbull County Extension. Thanks for being with us, Lee.
Thank you.
And stay with us, back with more right after this.